It's 2 a.m. The house is quiet, your phone is face down on the nightstand, and your brain suddenly decides it's the perfect time to replay that conversation from earlier today. Maybe it was something you said at work. Maybe it was a message. You sent that, only got a one-word reply, and now your mind keeps rewinding the moment, editing your words, imagining better responses, wondering if you sounded awkward, or if the other person took it the wrong way. If that sounds familiar, here's something important to understand. This habit isn't just overthinking, it's actually your brain doing something most people's minds never bother to do. In psychology, there's a system in your brain called the default mode network. It activates when you're not focused on the outside world, like when you're driving, showering, or lying in bed trying to fall asleep. For most people, this system just wanders, but for people like you, it reconstructs. It goes back to unfinished emotional moments and tries to process them fully. Psychologists call this rumination, but that word makes it sound like a flaw. In reality, it's your brain refusing to leave important social experiences unresolved. And here's the deeper layer most people never realize. People who replay conversations are often extremely empathetic. When you replay what you said, you're not just thinking about yourself. Your brain is running the other person's perspective, imagining how your words might have sounded, how they might have felt, what they might have meant. That isn't anxiety. That's emotional intelligence working at a level most people never slow down enough to reach. There's another psychological idea called narrative identity, the idea that we understand ourselves through the stories we replay in our minds. So when you rewind a conversation, you're really asking a deeper question. Was I the person I wanted to be in that moment? That quiet tension between who you were and who you want to become is what drives the replay. Think about the small ways this shows up. You rehearse phone calls before you dial. You think of the perfect response. 2 days later in the shower, you leave a conversation feeling fine. Then halfway home, you suddenly wonder, wait, did that come out wrong? These aren't signs that something is broken in your mind. They're signs that you care deeply about how you show up in the world. And here's the truth. Most people in this fast-moving culture never slow down long enough to realize the people who replay conversations are often the ones who grow the most, because they're constantly asking themselves one powerful question: could I have shown up better? People who don't care rarely ask that. So if your brain sometimes refuses to let a moment go, don't rush to label it as overthinking. Sometimes it's simply your mind trying to understand people and yourself a little more deeply. And in a world that rewards speed and distraction, that kind of depth is something rare. So the next time your mind replays a conversation, ask yourself one simple question. What is this moment trying to teach me about the person I want to become? Because that awareness is where real growth begins.